Morning. I'm excited to talk with each and every one of you. Oh man, I'm excited to talk to each and every one of you this morning. Welcome again to Word Power. People today watching all the way from the beautiful Bahamas, praying for your safety. Leonardo Raming, what's up? What's up? What's up? This morning. Shout out to Mike Hayes. Blessings on your transition to Dallas. The reality is today, I'm gonna tell you that we got a good one for you. Today, I'm talking about don't rush to get back to normal. Oh man, I know people are gonna come at me today. Don't rush to get back to normal. Today, I want to give a special shout out this morning to Risha's Garden. Risha's Garden, my friend Joycelyn Poole started Risha's Garden. Check her out on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram. She has a great plan to help you to get started with a great life. So I want to let you know today that there's a reality for all of us and that many people are really trying to get back to normal. If you want to talk back to me in the comment section, there's something special for you today. Today, I'd like for you to let you know that there are coaching opportunities available. Every Saturday we broadcast here on Word Power. And please like, subscribe, share this broadcast today because somebody's going to need it. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. What's up, Miranda Mimi Williams? Good to see you this morning. So today, every week we have a word of the week. And Word Power is about recharge, encouragement, and inspiration for the rest of us. Yeah, there's some people who are super spiritual. I'm not one of those guys. I love to encourage people and let them know that they can be themselves and grow right where they are. So every week we have a word of the week. And the word of the week this week is patience. And we always have a text for the week. And the text for the week comes from Romans 12, verse 1. And let us run with patience the race that is set before us. So my question this morning to start out with is, who determines your start and your finish line? And I'm going to tell you, a lot of people are allowing their minds to slip and go haywire as a result of some other person determining a preset start and end line. So this really starts, Mike. Come on, let's be honest, Mike. This starts when you get married. Before you get married, somebody's going to ask you, are you going to get married? Then as soon as you get married, are you going to have children? Then when are you going to have more grandchildren? This, that, and the other. And everybody's on this race, this Olympic race of foolishness where people determine their own success or lack of success based on somebody's imaginary line of finishing or starting. And I'm going to tell you that Aristotle says that patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. It's not always fun. It doesn't always feel good. There's something different that comes about you when you actually are patient. But I'm going to tell you, but when you are in a hurry, I'm telling you, life is hectic. You want to go back to that. That's right, Mike. Other people's expectations, other people's desires to see what you should be doing in your life. Now, I'm going to tell you, when your life is hectic, when you're in a hurry, life can be hectic. You may miss out on small details. I'm going to tell you, you're going to miss out on meaningful moments. And I got something for you. Stay with me this morning because I have something for you to let you know that there's opportunities available for you to get the best out of preparing to go back to normal. And I'm telling you, the normal pre-COVID life was all about scheduling. Where am I going? Connecting with people. It was about movement. And I'm going to tell you, it was a fast pace, but slow rewards. And I'm going to tell you, I have been blessed abundantly to connect with people, blessed abundantly to connect with you on Saturday morning, and blessed to connect with you on Instagram and all these other places as a result of slowing down and letting the rewards come as they come. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. What have you really learned during this season of pause? We're in like the parentheses where we're waiting for something to happen, but we're already actively engaged. But what have you really learned about yourself? What have you really learned about God? What have you learned about your family? There's some people who have learned a lot of good things. And some people have learned how to have some skills that they did not have before. There's some people who learned how to have relationships that they did not have before. There's some people who learned how to seize the moment like you never had before. But what have you learned during this season of pause? There's so many opportunities. And I'm going to ask you, are you really planning to go back to the way things were pre-COVID? Now, I'm just going to go very briefly to a very broad timeline of what happened last May. We were all sitting there watching this man, George Floyd, get on TV as a result of having his neck and asphyxiation as a result of his neck being put on the knee of a policeman being put on his neck. Pre-COVID, things like that were happening in the news a lot. Pre-COVID, people were not talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion. After that moment, things actually got better for many, but definitely not for his family. So shout out to George Floyd family. What I'm saying is, too often we want to go back to stuff that wasn't necessarily good, wasn't necessarily great, wasn't necessarily useful or helpful, but are you really planning to go back to the way things were pre-COVID? And then I'm going to ask you, why go back to where you were a few years ago? I mean, literally, once we get out of this time and season, it will actually be a few years ago. So are we going to go back to some slow decision-making processes? Are we going to go back to some lack of collaboration, lack of using the internet, lack of using opportunities, lack of using connections? And I'm going to ask you this morning, what ways, all right, you ask, okay, so what ways, since you're talking about why not go back, what ways can you prepare to go back to the new normal? So here's my few ways that I would like to offer you this morning. So number one, I'm going to suggest to you create a journal of the things you learned. Create a journal of the things you learned. Don't allow the moments of learning to be wasted. Don't allow the moments of learning to be wasted. The reality for a lot of people is that they experience things, but don't necessarily learn from them. They just go through them, but don't take a stop and learn what they need to learn. Write down what you learned about yourself in your life, about your work, about relationships. Oh my goodness. Me and my wife have been having some of the most amazing conversations as a result of just some time together without the rush, the pace, the hectic things in life that normally just kind of crowd the schedule. And I'm going to tell you today, anybody who stops learning is old, says Henry Ford, whether they are 20 or 80. And anyone who stops learning, anyone who keeps learning, stays young. So I would invite you to keep learning. Your mind is still able to learn everything, anything before you close your eyes in the sleep of death. I promise you, it's still an opportunity to learn and grow. Then I'm going to tell you today, not only should you create a journal of the things you learned, but you got to plan an entry strategy. That's right, an entry strategy. So many people, many churches are opening up and they said, hey, we're going back to normal. Well, guess what? Not having an entry strategy where people don't feel like they can come back, get lost, be disoriented, to go right back to things as normal is like telling people that their experience was not useful or good. And I'm gonna suggest to you, it's almost if you have to learn and plan to re-enter spaces, relationships, and opportunities. And you have to deliberately give yourself permission to get lost again in your building and learning the new side of relationships. So what am I saying? So the other day I was at work, and somebody who had been working from home came back to the building for the first time in a year. She said, I haven't been back to this building for the first time in a year. And she walked around like she was new, like she hadn't been in the building, like she hadn't seen people before. And I was like, yo, man, what's up? What's up? What's up, Dual Vision? What's up, Me? The reality is, everybody, you got to give yourself permission to learn again, and you got to plan an entry strategy. Some of you are planning exit strategies to get out of your job or your workplace or even a relationship. And God bless you if you're getting out of a relationship that is toxic. But I'm going to tell you, you got to plan an entry strategy. Then I'm going to tell you number three, you got, what's up? You got to chew the meat, but spit out the bones. In order to be patient with yourself, you got to chew the meat and spit out the bones. For the vegetarian, you got to chew the veggies and spit out the seeds. Is that better? Chew the veggies and spit out the seeds. Now, every experience was not bad during this season. Some experiences were horrifying, but keep the best and put the rest out to pasture. There's some experiences that you had. Some of y'all got a whole lot more money in your bank account. You were able to do a lot on Prime Day. You didn't hook me up, but you give me a lot on Prime Day. And I want you to know today that every experience wasn't bad, but every experience wasn't great either. So keep the good ones and put the rest out the pasture. And I'm going to tell you, you got to eliminate the people and activities that you know prohibited your personal, spiritual, and professional growth. That's right. You got to eliminate the people and activities. Some people wonder, okay, where in the world does this come from? Is there any spiritual basis? Luke chapter 8, verse 54, Jesus tells people before he heals somebody, he tells the people who don't believe, get out. And I'm going to tell you today, you got to eliminate the people in your life that you know prohibited your personal, spiritual, and professional growth. I had a colleague once that was always so negative, and I realized that the more I talked to that colleague, the more I felt negative and sad and everything else like that. I had to say, thank you, my friend. God bless you. And I'm going to keep on moving this way. All right. Then I'm going to tell you, be open to the moments of opportunity. Woo! This is a season of great opportunity. And I'm going to tell you, if you're wasting your stimulus checks just on buying the new clothes, new cars, new this, new that, you're wasting money instead of investing in your future, paying off debt. I'm telling you, you got a plan. You think about the future. I'm telling you, the future is bright for all of us. But I'm telling you, you got to stay in the realm of preparation, being also open to having moments of providential encounters. Guess what? The person you sitting next to on the train is not just there on the train. The person you talk with at the barista at Starbucks, they need your encouragement. The executive leader, the person that's on your downline or your team, it's not just an accident that you happen to be in the cafeteria at the same time. These are providential encounters, but you got to be open to the moment and be patient. Bob Johansson, in his book, Leaders Make the Future, says that synchronicity is the ability to find meaning in moments of coincidence. And each of us have to find meaning, opportunities in moments of coincidence. I have been blessed. That's right. That's right, honey. I've been blessed to be able to find moments of meaning in coincidence, talking with people, listening to people, letting them know that I'm here for them, supporting them. But I'm going to ask you a question. How many opportunities have you wasted by just being in a rush? Oh my goodness. When I thought about that while I was writing this, I was like, how many times have I wasted opportunities by just being in a rush where someone really is waiting to give you something to help me out? And I've been in a rush that I got to go do this or that. So how many opportunities have you wasted? All right, number 5. And finally, keep your mind in the present, but your eyes on the future. I'm going to tell you, you got to look at the trends. You got to embrace the change. And I'm telling you, when we look at the trends of what is happening and we embrace the change, I'm going to tell you there's something that I want to really tell you, but I can't tell you here. But you're going to have to reach out for me. And I got a secret for you that will bless you, not just you, but the next generation. And I believe there's an army of people who are waiting to receive the real blessings that God has for them. And I'm telling you, these blessings are not like hidden. They're right there. But I got to give you the secret if you reach out to me. So hit me up, send me a message. We'll talk, we'll FaceTime, we'll Zoom, we'll connect. I want to give a shout out to all those who are creators and those who are digging. I'm telling you, it's about to happen. Your time and season is now. I declare it, I decree it, and I believe it. Your time and season is now. All right, build your dreams one day at a time. Your success will happen, but do what you can today to make your dreams a reality. You can't just sit there just talking, just hoping, just praying, and not action. So the first guy I ever baptized, I'm sitting there waiting for this guy in the church to give him Bible studies. I'm in my office praying. Lord, please send this guy so I can give him Bible studies. Mike, the guy was waiting for me in the church while I'm in the office praying on my knees. And I'm telling you, you got to open your dreams to the reality that there's things right there for you. But you can only do one thing at a time, and that is take an action step. So I want to challenge you today. Take an action step. What's up, Slickest? Ain't seen you in a minute, but great to see you today, my friend. You got to take an action step and be willing to keep going despite what it feels like, despite what it sounds like. And I'm going to tell you, Miranda, there's nothing that can stop you from actually reaching your goals, but you got to have goals to pursue in order to make them happen. All right, I want to let you know today, we'll do a quick review. All right, the question is, all right, why go back to where you were a few years ago? And then I want to ask you, what ways can you prepare to go back to normal? Number one, you can create a journal of things that you learned. Number two, you got to plan an entry strategy. Number three, you got to chew the meat and spit out the bones. Number four, you got to find moments of be open to the moments of opportunity. And number five, finally, you got to keep your mind in the present, but your eyes on the future. Build your dreams one day at a time, and your success will happen. Do what you can do today to make your dreams reality. And I want to share with you this last thing that I believe with all my heart, that patience with others is love. Patience with God is faith. Patience with self is hope, says Adele Bestavaros. So I want to let you know today that you can keep on going. You can keep on making it. And the Bible lets you know today, run with patience the race that is set before you. Well, I'm Julian Johnson. I'd like for you to like, subscribe, or share this broadcast with somebody else you know who needs an uplift and encouragement and a boost this morning. I hope you have a great rest of the day. For coaching opportunities, please hit me up with this message. I've got a secret, inside secret for you. Please hit me up. I want to Zoom with you. I want to connect with you, do teams with you. Please go to look at this rebroadcast or others like it on my website, www.builttothrive.me/resources. Could you do me a favor? If you like this broadcast, would you share it with others? But if you think this broadcast could improve, share it with me. I'm Julian Johnson, and I approve this message. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Happy 4th of July.